Is this man dangerous and a potential stalker, or am I over? I-28F recently started casually dating a guy I met while working a bachelor party. He was charming, funny, handsome, accomplished, and an unorthodox priest. At first, I wasn't sure about him distance plus career, but he kept pursuing me, even offered to come visit me in Florida. I figured I was being shallow and close-minded over things, so I agreed to go out. He planned thoughtful dates, met my parents, seemed like a total gentleman. Before he went back to NY, he asked if I'd road trip up with him and his dog. I normally would never do that with someone I barely knew, but he earned my trust, and I figured, he's a priest. What could happen? As did my parents. From the start of the drive, my gut felt off. He asked me weird questions like, what's the scariest situation you've ever been in? And again, that night at a Motel 6, he joked, if you see me staring at you in the middle of the night, don't worry about it. Creepy, but I laughed it off because he was a funny guy and thought he was just trying to break the ice of sleeping in the same space for the first time together. When we got to his house at midnight the next day, which is attached to a shut-down church, things got worse. The place looked abandoned. No food, no utensils, no towels, nothing. Just a pile of dirty laundry and scattered papers on the floor when you first walk in. At this point, I'm freaked out. It looks like he is squatter, which is the exact opposite in what you expect from a priest. Yale, Cambridge graduate. So, I don't know if this man actually lived there or not. I didn't know his intentions with me anymore. Everything seemed so off. He showed me to my room and says he's tired and going to bed and leaves for his room before I could turn the light to my room on. I gasped when I turned the light on. The only furniture in the room he showed me, was a barred bed with straps tied to the corners. I closed the door that didn't lock and stayed up till 4 a.m. praying. Thinking about how I'd told him I tore my ACL and couldn't run, he knew I was vulnerable. I didn't dare try to leave in the middle of the night, so I played it safe until the morning. Because if this man was planning on something, I didn't want to cause any kind of trouble that could cause me harm. I fortunately woke up the next morning, and while he was out at work for a few hours, which was strange to me, BC, I thought he had off for a month. I went around the house documenting everything. It almost felt even scarier in daylight, completely empty. Like he didn't really live there. No sheets on his bed, no clothes in his closet. No, nothing. I walked around taking pictures and videos of everything that was sketchy. Then I packed my stuff quickly and went to the city. Here's the part that haunts me and starts to sound strange. The night before, I saw beautiful purple hydrangeas blooming outside near the porch right before walking in. I was excited to get a better look at them in the daylight. But when I left in the morning, all but one, that was perfectly centered, were suddenly dead. I took a picture because I couldn't believe it. The house being connected to a church only made it creepier, and I still don't know what to make of that. I have heard before that flowers will die to protect you from evil. I had left him a note explaining why this won't work before he got home, and he ended up not seeing my note, walked right over it on the stairs, which is insane to me. BC, I placed it the center purposely where someone would step, and had to awkwardly text him that I will not be continuing this. All he did was give a thumbs up. Never tried to explain himself. I can't tell if he took it really well or is now secretly plotting on me. Now I'm back in Florida, but he knows where I live from picking me up on a date, which again, would normally never do, but I let my guard down all BC. He's a priest. Knows I can't run. Knows I'm all alone these next few weeks and he's off work for a month. I keep replaying everything in my head. The bed with straps? The missing knife from the drawer, my friend noticed that in my video. The way he argued with me over nothing in the car and wasn't sorry. His creepy comments. The fact he wanted to take me hiking, knowing that I have a torn ACL, and also the fact he was just super persistent with me even after. I curved him the first times. Just everything seems so off now that I am able to really take a step back and look. I don't know if I narrowly avoided something sinister, or if I don't know if I was intentionally targeted by some psychopath, but I can't shake the fear. And I worry about other women he might charm the same way.